Hey Smurf fans, and welcome back to the channel. Get ready for a Smurf-tastic adventure, because today we're counting down some of the most daring, Smurfing, and downright greatest rescue missions in Smurf history. We all know that life in Smurf Village isn't always peaceful. That wicked wizard Gargamel is always lurking, ready to snatch a Smurf for one of his terrible schemes. But when a Smurf is in trouble, you can bet the whole village will spring into action. So grab your white hats, and let's dive into our first incredible rescue. Remember the time Gargamel finally succeeded in capturing not one, not two, but a whole handful of Smurfs? He trapped them in a cage in his miserable hovel, cackling about turning them into gold. The situation looked grim. Back in the village, Papa Smurf gathered the bravest Smurfs. He knew a direct assault was too risky. Instead, he devised a brilliant plan that required teamwork and a little bit of Smurf magic. Led by Hefty and Brainy, yes, even Brainy's non-stop talking came in handy. The rescue team set off. Their mission was filled with peril. They had to sneak past Gargamel's sly cat, Azrael, who was guarding the hovel like a furry sentinel. They used a clever decoy, a squeaky toy mouse enchanted by Papa Smurf, to distract the feline fiend. It was a close call, but it worked. The team tiptoed past the snoozing cat, their little blue hearts pounding in their chests. Once inside, they faced the biggest challenge, the locked cage. This is where Handy Smurf's genius truly shone. Using a feather, a piece of string, and a bent pin he'd brought along, he fashioned a makeshift lockpick. With steady hands and bated breath, he jiggled the lock. Click! The cage door swung open. The captured Smurfs were free. But their escape was far from over. Gargamel was stirring from his nap. The Smurfs had to think fast. As Gargamel stumbled towards them, clumsy, in a moment of accidental brilliance, tripped over a loose floorboard, sending a pile of pots and pans crashing down right in Gargamel's path. The wizard tumbled head over heels, giving the Smurfs the precious seconds they needed to scramble out of the hovel. They raced back to the safety of the forest, all thanks to teamwork, a bit of luck, and Papa Smurf's wise leadership. What a Smurfer-like heroic escape! Now let's talk about another Smurf-nominal rescue, this one involving Smurfette. Gargamel, obsessed with capturing her, set an elaborate trap using a beautiful enchanted flower. Lured by its mesmerizing scent, Smurfette found herself ensnared in a magical net. Gargamel was overjoyed, thinking his greatest prize was finally his. But he underestimated the courage of her fellow Smurfs. This time, the rescue required a completely different strategy. Papa Smurf consulted his ancient spellbooks and discovered that the enchanted net could only be broken by a potion made from the rarest ingredients. A moon petal, a drop of morning dew from a spider's web, and the laugh of a baby Smurf. It was a race against time. While some Smurfs distracted Gargamel with a wild goose chase, others set out to gather the ingredients. Finding the moon petal, which only blooms under a full moon for a few minutes, was a quest in itself. They had to navigate the spooky part of the forest and climb the tallest mushroom to reach it. Then, they carefully collected the dew without disturbing the spider. The final and perhaps most difficult ingredient was getting baby Smurf to laugh on command. But with some funny faces and tickles from jokey Smurf, they got the giggle they needed. They mixed the potion just as Gargamel was returning to his hovel. With a flick of Papa Smurf's wrist, the potion splashed onto the net, and it dissolved into sparkling dust. Smurfette was free. They all scurried away, leaving a very confused and furious Gargamel shouting at the sky. This rescue proves that sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't strength, but a combination of ancient Smurf magic, bravery, and the pure simple joy of a baby's laugh. But not all rescues are from Gargamel. Let's not forget the time some adventurous Smurfs got lost in the treacherous Whispering Woods. Led by the ever-curious Brainy Smurf, who was sure he knew a shortcut, a small group ended up hopelessly turned around as darkness fell. The woods were filled with strange noises, and the Smurfs were getting scared. They were lost, cold, and far from the village. Back home, Papa Smurf noticed they were missing. He didn't panic. Instead, he organized a search party. The tracker Smurfs, known for their keen senses, were on the case. They followed faint footprints and broken twigs, their skills put to the ultimate test. They even used fireflies, gathered by Farmer Smurf, to light their way through the dark forest, creating a glowing path of hope. Meanwhile, the lost Smurfs huddled together for warmth. Just when they were about to lose hope, they saw a faint, bobbing light in the distance. It was the search party. The relief was overwhelming. They were found. The tracker Smurfs led them back home, following the stars and the familiar landmarks of the forest. This rescue highlights a different kind of heroism, the quiet, determined courage of never giving up on a friend and the importance of community. It shows that even when you're lost, you're never truly alone when you have Smurfs who care about you. And for our final, truly epic rescue, remember the Great Flood? Heavy rains caused the river Smurf to overflow, threatening to wash the entire Smurf village away. Panic set in as the water levels rose dangerously high. The Smurfs had to evacuate to higher ground, but some, including Lazy Smurf who had been napping, were trapped by the rising waters. It was Papa Smurf who rallied everyone. "Every Smurf for himself is not the Smurf way," he declared. He instructed Handy Smurf to quickly build rafts from logs and vines. It was an incredible display of Smurf ingenuity under pressure. Hefty Smurf braved the strong currents, swimming with a rope to secure a lifeline for the others. Smurfs worked together, forming a chain to pass supplies and help the younger Smurfs onto the makeshift rafts. The most dramatic moment came when they had to save Lazy from his floating mushroom house, which was about to be swept away by the torrent. Using one of Handy's new inventions, a sort of Smurfy grappling hook, they managed to snag the house and pull it to safety just in the nick of time. They saved every last Smurf and even their homes, proving that when disaster strikes, the Smurf spirit of unity is their greatest strength. They can weather any storm, as long as they do it together. And there you have it! 4 of the greatest rescue missions in Smurf history. From outsmarting wizards to battling the forces of nature, these stories show us that no matter how small you are, a big heart, a clever mind, and a little help from your friends can overcome any obstacle. The Smurfs teach us that true bravery is about looking out for one another. What's your favorite Smurf rescue mission? Let me know in the comments below. We'd love to hear which moments of Smurf heroism you loved the most. Thanks so much for watching and sharing this adventure with us. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next trip to the Smurf Village. Until next time, stay Smurfy.